afternoon, good morning. Spencer sees it. 5 o'clock. There's car registered 119 degrees outside. Well, today was a pre-trial conference for my failure to obey charge from an alcoholic drunk cop. Well, luckily, I called my attorney. I have a state paid for attorney for this case. Thank you, God. So anyways, I luckily, instead of doing the ADHD thing, like running to court, I called. Of course, I didn't have an attorney before, so I always had to show up. So I called my attorney, and he said he got a continuance, and they offered a fine. And I'm like, well, we're back to square one. They offered me a fine in the get-go. I wouldn't have wasted the last 6 days of my life showing up for court, let alone get arrested. And I'm like, no, we're going to trial. Because Sergeant Core just attacked and, he jumped on somebody else. I call it assault. If you're drunk and you fall on somebody or you jump on somebody, it's assault. I don't give a fuck if you have a badge. Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck if you have a badge and you're sober. I respect the goddamn law, because I know what happens if you don't. Good people go to prison every day. If the prosecutors, shit, a lot of them are drinking too. You know you are. I'm not on a witch hunt. Alcoholism is a fucking disease. I have it. All the people I know have it. We get together and we have meetings. Then we realize, in the beginning, our problems only using drugs and alcohol were but a symptom. Because I was in so much fear, which came out as anger. Oh yeah, people have seen me upset in the plaza. I get really upset. The veins pop out of my veins, out of my neck, out of my face. My hands start shaking. That scared the shit out of me. I wasn't scared of being threatened by the police. By one cop. There's only really one cop here, When I say police, it's a broad statement. It's like all the police, when you say that, like all the police in the nation. Not all the police in the nation drink. A high percentage of them do. I was talking to a black guy in the plaza, and he's like, I'm like, cop, I was filming. He's like, don't film the ladies. I'm like, I wasn't filming him, I was filming the drunk cop. He's like, oh, cops drink. It's just, wow. I'm just like, we bonded in that moment. We see eye to eye. And then another black brother, this weekend too, he comes up to me, he's like, what's going on? Because I'm filming I'm filming who's sober and who's drunk. And he's like, so I'm pointing out the sergeant. I'm like, he's an alcoholic just like me. And he's like, how the hell you know? And I look at him, I'm like, I'm an alcoholic and a recovered meth addict. He looks at me, he pulls his hand out. We grab hands, shake. And then the next thing he says, I'm like, gotta be careful, they're racist. He's like, once you give your life to God, none of this shit matters. And I gave him a hug. A heartfelt hug. We both did. The only reason I'm still alive is God. And I chose to come into this world to have this human experience, knowing I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't want to be here. Then I'm going to experience a lot of trauma. It's going to be challenging. Yet should I survive? Should I survive childhood, adolescence, adulthood? It'll all be worth it. Helping others is the only thing that rule. Being of service. I didn't even mean to, but I lived a very selfish, self-centered life when I was in my addiction. Always a loner. I'm still a loner. But I'm never alone. I got a connection with a higher power, with the universe. And when I'm in that flow and I'm in the moment, it's better than any drug I've ever experienced. Because all I was ever looking for was peace of mind in drugs, in alcohol. You know, there's a lot of peace in the Spencer household. But my God, when the yelling and the screaming started, no physical violence, ever. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I spent 6 years in Al-Anon. 5 days a week. It's a lot of meetings. With Al-Anon, anyways. So I know not only my own experience, and have the experience of everyone else and their shares. They call it a double winner. You're an alcoholic and you're also affected by friends and family who are alcoholics. Well, shit. All the people I know are alcoholics. They're in recovery. Or they're drinking. And I can't help them. My friend Richie, I met him in AA. I met him in the meetings. We had some really fun. I got some great stories. We'll have to see if I can share them when I get in trouble. Fishing stories. When I talked to him, I needed some gas money, and I sent him a text, and he's like, sure, no problem. Somebody else Venmo'd me some money, so I had gas. So I'm like, I don't need it, but thank you so much for calling me back. But I could hear his voice. I could hear the disease, the alcoholism. Nobody gets sober. I never would have got sober, never would have got clean without drug court. And even there, I get sober until I surrender. Surrender to the fact I either piss some fucking meth in a cup for the drug court judge, or he's going to have no choice but to put me in jail for 4 months. Put myself in jail for another 4 months. Or I get clean. Nobody wants to do that. Most people fail drug court. I know why. I failed it. They put me in jail for 4 days. When I look back at my life, got 60 years of experience, of which I remember just about every fucking day. Every detail works out, and I remember details. I got videos that I can get people fired. They can lose their job. It's not the point. I am infinitely tolerant until I am not. The police and their zero tolerance of themselves, of us, lawbreakers, civil disruptors. Oh my God. That is one thing I can do, is stir the pot. My sponsor knows that. The spinsters. Spinsters the pot. Oh, I can stir the pot, and I can do it better than... That's what I always do. Or maybe something is stirring the pot through me. Because I really do turn my will and my life over, and then I find myself surrounded by thousands of people that are drinking. And most are behaving so incredibly well. Many are getting overserved, and then what's the consequence of getting overserved? Oh, they call the police and they have you arrested. It's their place of business. Oh, fuck. That shit goes... That is not the customer service I was taught. Of course, then again, I was a busboy in a 5-star restaurant. Service was everything. And I looked damn sharp in black and whites. Oh. Well, that was so nice. I woke up to call my attorney, and I don't have to go to court. So I went back and sent him an email, and I went back to bed and had a nap. Okay. It's 113 degrees here in Scottsdale. It's interesting. Where I live now in Mesa, it's about, I think, 3 miles away from where the Mesa house where I went through Mesa till I was in 6th grade. So 5 times a week I drive the same distance. Except today it's easy. When we were moving from Mesa here to Scottsdale, it took over an hour. Dirt roads across the reservation. Shit, it was a dirt road till we hit Shea. It was a dirt road until we hit where the 101 is, Pima. Oh. And none of that means anything to anyone but me. And that's true for everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon.